Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Today is going to be quite a different sort of workshop. It's going to be quite a chilled stream. What I would like to do today is to actually demonstrate one of my applications, DENKi LiTE, as you can hopefully see at the top, just over here. Let's minimize and show it again. And this is a digital flashcard application built for PC using UWP. And what I would like to do is kind of two things. I'm demonstrating the application, and I say two things because the topic of which I am demonstrating is like a study session. So it's kind of different to what I usually do for my coding walkthroughs. But hopefully you can gain a little bit of value as I use Japanese study as an example of me demonstrating how this application works, perhaps as a form of reference or documentation for anyone who may download my software. I'll actually show you my web store, which is just over here. This is CSharp snippet store. I'll just bring out the sizing just so it's a little bit more clear. And as you can see down here, DENKi is is listed over here. And if you go to download the 0.9 version, which is out now, it should take you to the DENKi domain, and where you can download the software for free. I am planning on doing in the future perhaps depending on the reception of this kind of style of stream, which is very different to what I kind of do usually. I might do further walkthroughs basically on, say, updates, features, or just kind of like more live workshop sessions based on what you guys want to see me do, and I might code the feature or the functionality live. I think that might be quite fun. So I'm going to see how this sort of stream fares in that regard. So let's get straight into this. What is DENKi LiTE? DENKi LiTE is just simply a flashcard application, great for study, for exams, note-taking. I want to also demonstrate how you can use this application for note-taking, and it's a very simple software. You know, this stream is going to take like 20 minutes. I'm going to try and target 20 to 30 minutes max. I'm going to spend a lot of time here, and I want to demonstrate how you can use this software to take notes and to also use flashcard recall. So there are two main options here. You can open a deck and build it. This is the light version. So I'm actually working on a pro version with multiple decks. I have that in one of my working directories, but for now I'm going to use my 0.9 version because it's already gone gold on my website. So disclaimer, if there's or shout out rather, if there's any bugs, which probably is, maybe one that I don't know of. I think I spotted a quality of life bug earlier here when I was trying out the software. I'll be going through and fixing things as the software is live, and for the next release I will be adding new functionality, so it only makes sense to kind of do a debugging session on that. So anyway, you can build your deck. As you can see, I have two cards already set up. I do have some like very basic fundamental Japanese knowledge, so that's why I'm going to use Japanese as an example for this walkthrough. So we have here Japanese, oh, by the way, my accent for Japanese is really bad, so I'm going to just kind of say it in the accent, my native accent. Joshi or Jioshi, depending on how you want to say that. So this is Japanese particles. So basically the idea is that we're going to be studying particles, which is a way of conjunction, conjoining nouns within sentences, right? So I have here a topic. Now, one thing I might have to sort of, when I say topic, I'm talking about this card size. So before I dive into what I kind of think about this user interface, I'll let you know what's going on here. So at the top, you write the card side A. So this is what you see at the start of the session. Then what you're supposed to do, and I'll demonstrate this live as well, is you write the answer, and that's what you program in card side B. So what I want to comment on with my user interface, when I have long card side A's, i.e. the text is it's like a paragraph, it does clip and you have to kind of drag to see it. I might make this like a multi-line text box, or I might just see what I can do to extend the view of this user interface such that you don't have to necessarily scroll just to see, because if you had to read, now you have to kind of scroll. So that's something I might have to include in an update, in a quality of life update in the future. I could have a scroll view or something, or like a text box because this is a text box essentially. The UWP control, I could just have it multi-line or something like that. So this particular flashcard says which particle would be used to denote a possessive state. For example, to express that you own a textbook. So if I own a textbook, I have many textbooks behind me. I love my library when I was in uni. So generally, I like to read. I like to keep books. If I have a textbook on, say, C# learning, there is a particle called note, and as you can see here on the left hand side, it's a case marker particle. I've only really studied case markers in Japanese, so I haven't really dived into some of these more complex particles. But what I'm going to do is actually for this session, I'm going to actually reference this table, and I'm going to make notes on the first 10 particles, which are actually in alphabetical order rather than categorical order. And I'm going to make notes and attempt to make like flashcard questions for each one as well. I'm just going to adjust my tablet screen because it's on over there. Okay, now just so you guys know what's going on here, let me show you the second card. So here I have which Japanese stem expresses desire. So I'm not going to really go into details what a stem is, but tai is the stem you would use to express desire in Japanese. So let me just show you how this works in real time. So I'm going to delete this, the text that is, and yeah, let's just get straight into this. It's going to be like a 10-20 minute video, obviously very different to what I do, but it is a walkthrough of my application, so somewhat relevant to the theme of this YouTube channel, and I thought it would be fun to just use Japanese as an example. So case markers, what have we got here? Let's make notes of these case markers so we know what's going on here. So am I in English? Yeah, I'm in English here. So I have like 3 language packs: Chinese, Japanese, and English. I'm going to be switching between Japanese and English on the fly, such that I can make these cards more robustly. So let's see. If I want to make notes with DENKi, it's quite simple. Card side A, I'm going to make notes first before I use recall as a method here. And when I say method, I mean as a way of using the application. So I'm going to say case markers. Actually, let's start with saying particles. So I'll say like particles. For some reason I have a check such that special characters are not parsed. I'll show you what I mean. And it's really weird because I can't parse commas, and I'm gonna have to change that because obviously you will need commas. So maybe in the next update I'll do it such that you can parse special characters such as commas. But for now, I can parse special characters like dashes but not commas. I'm not sure why I decided to do that. So if I say something like particles, let's say particles, I'll demonstrate that later, just to show you what I mean. So I could say something like ga, and I'll switch on the fly. See if hopefully the language patch doesn't fail me. Let me see if let me switch to Japanese. Quickly just adjust that. It should be on the fly, but it does kind of get a bit finicky when I switch screens. So here we go. I'm gonna just stick to hiragana first because I don't want to just keep switching between Romaji and hiragana. So I'm gonna just stick with hiragana. Let me just make sure that's stuck there. So I got ga. No, I do know basic hiragana. So, and funny enough, I did use flashcards when to learn hiragana when I started Japanese some years ago. Although I didn't really stick with Japanese as devoutly, if I could say, as I could have. Hence why I'm still on like a basic level. Where am I? I'm trying to look for the right corner. Over here. It's not the right one that I'm looking for. Still learning how to use the IME here, IME mode. Ni. And we have e, which actually looks like he, which it is, but I'm guessing there's some kind of like modification when you use e in this context. So we'll stick with that mode. Top. So again, this is really a chill stream, just kind of demonstrating what's going on here. I'm not trying to teach Japanese at all right now. It's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm just demonstrating the application working. I'm using Japanese, so do bear with the pace of my typing, as obviously I'm using a language pack that I'm still getting used to, I would say, but it's quite fun to use. So we have some particles here, and to make things simple, because the way I did the application, it's you proceed cards when you type the correct answer. I'm just gonna write here as a note, type yes to proceed, something like that. So I'll be like, type, let me switch back to English. Type yes to proceed. So on my card side B, I'll just put yes. Gonna take a sip of my tea. I'm a coffee junkie somewhat. I really like my caffeine. I need to cut down probably. So I'm gonna save my card, and as we can see, this is just a simple note. So I'm gonna go back and demonstrate how this looks. So my first flashcard here, I have the title, Japanese particles, as you can read here, Nihongo Joshi. I hope I pronounced that somewhat correctly. So which particle would be used to denote a possessive state? For example, to express that you own a textbook. And I believe that's not. So I'm even testing my knowledge right now off the bat. Correct, I got that right. So which Japanese stem expresses desire? That would be tai. Like if I wanted to eat, I'd say something like tabetai. So tai obviously is the expressive stem in that context. Hopefully I'm not. If I'm wrong, please call me out, guys, so I know. Obviously, yeah. Now, first impressions I have over here is that I really do need to work on the UI per se, in the sense that obviously because of the way that I typed it out, it's responsive, which is pretty cool. I like how it looks, but I would like to add more flexibility for us as the users. So I may have to do that for the next update, but so far so good. I really like how it looks. But anyway, this is just a note. So I'm kind of thinking outside the box here. I'm telling myself to type yes to proceed. So I'm not really testing myself with recall as I did just now, but I'm using this application as more of a textbook, as a virtual textbook. So my particles here, I've got ga, no, I believe that's o, ni, e, to, de, and kara, and tori. Is that tori? Oh, sorry, yori. I always get yo and to mixed up for some reason. I don't know why, since I started learning hiragana. So yori. And just as a side note, this .txt is like a byproduct of my code. It's sort of metadata, shouldn't really be there, and probably will be removed in the next major version of DENKi LiTE or DENKi Pro. So I'm going to type yes, and there we go, we've proceeded. So I'm going to go and start with this, continue with this learning. Already like 13 minutes into this. Time really does fly indeed. So let's get straight into the meat and potatoes of this study with me session. I'm going to start from here, from the top, and we're going to go work our way down. So some of these particles are actually kind of new to me. They're not all case marker particles. And again, they're not categorical order in this table. It's all alphabetical. So I'm going to be learning a thing or two here. So again, you can download DENKi on my web store, as I showed you at the beginning. It's a free software at the moment. So let's see, Bakari. So we use this on a noun, and in this particular context, it seems you can use this to describe Tokyo is full of people. So Tokyo wa hito bakari da. Okay, that's interesting. So I'll make a note of what I'll do. I'll make a note of the definition of the particle. I'll do that for all of the particles I cover, and then I might continue to make a section on DENKi that is the recall section. So I'll start with the note taking. So let's start with this. I'll start in Romaji first, because I do appreciate not everyone watching this stream, anyone who may happen to tune in can read hiragana, so I'll stick to Romaji for now, and I might flip on the fly. So yes to proceed. Actually, that doesn't make sense. I'm gonna say continue. Actually, continue like that. So Bakari, and then we're gonna make this very simple. Just only, and obviously I can't use commas right now, which is a bit of a shame. Which is my fault for on the programming, so I'm gonna have to just really update that on the quality of life update. I'm gonna see if I can use semicolons for now, but it's not gonna look right. Just to delimit what I'm writing. I wanna see if that works. It does allow it, so I don't know why I sectioned out commas. Like if I show you guys what I mean in the next card, so I could say this one here, Bakari ka, not only, and this particular particle indicates something unusual or unexpected. So if I try and use a comma, obviously I'm gonna get error in my application. I need to really sort that out. As you can see, so don't use special characters. There was a particular reason why I made that, but I think commas should be exempted. So I'm gonna remove my comma and use semicolons. So sorry for that, guys. It's gonna be a little bit confusing. You know, if you see this out of context in a sense, why am I using semicolons or actually using commas? But again, this is just for the sake of demonstration. So here we're typing continue to proceed. I'll make a note of that just in case I forget. It's always good to just not assume things sometimes, in the case, especially in the case of software. So I've already saved it, so I'll just leave it as it is until the next note. Okay, that's kind of interesting. So Bakashi is another form of Bakari. And I'm looking at this particle dake, which translates to only and limits. So in this example, a Ramaji only dictionary. So after this particular section where I'm just doing the definition, I'm going to do the recall section. So continue to proceed. Okay, so we have a few notes here. I'm going to go back and just kind of see how things look. So which particle will be used to denote a possessive state? No. Tai to express desire. And what's funny is when you start to do this recall over and over again, you almost remember what's going to come next, which is, I think, for me personally, is part of the aspect of conditioning my mind to learn something new. But obviously, with that, you may fall into the trap of relying on on hard-coded muscle memory per se. So you can always mix things up if you're doing flashcard recall, I guess. So this is just a note, so I'm going to type yes to proceed. And then this is another note. I have to type continue. See, now the fact I didn't write here to type continue to proceed slightly threw me off a little bit, so I have to make sure I'm aware of that. So Bakari, which denotes just, only, full of, as in like perhaps, you know, Tokyo is full of people. In the correct context here, you will use Bakari, which you can see over here. I know I'm probably butchering the accent there. And we can see a example here. Tokyo wa hito bakari da. Okay, so I'm gonna type continue. And then Bakashi is another form of Bakari. Type continue to proceed. So I quite like that. I really like that format, you know. I'm just using this as a chilled way to read my notes and also use it for recall. So we're going to continue. Came to the end of my deck. So I'm going to go back here and add some more entries. Going to do a little bit of recall and then we're done for this video. Really short kind of walkthrough. So I was initially going to do 10, but looking at the time, seeing as it's been like 20 minutes on the dot now, I'm just going to round up with a couple more definitions and a couple recall examples, and we're done. So on my little agenda here, which I might as well take out of the way because we're just going through stuff kind of freestyle. It was really just to go through the table as we're doing, covering a certain amount for the session. So I'm going to just save that. I'm going to move my DENKi app down here. So what did we get up to? Bakashi. So Dake. Let's see what this. Oh, I think I didn't cover that yet. So Dake. Translates to only limit. I wonder if I can use full stops. I'm gonna just omit that. I'm not gonna bother with that for now. So Dake functions as a noun, which I find quite fascinating. Let me see if this will save. That's all good. Okay. Hopefully I don't have a bug. It was looking a little iffy with the UI. It might just have taken a little bit of time to refresh. But everything looks good on this side right now. Let me just have a look there. Oh, I saved it twice. Whoops. Which is actually quite good that I did that. So I'm going to demonstrate the delete function. So I saved the card twice. I'm going to highlight the card I want to delete, hit delete, card delete. It's simple as that. I'm going to go back. Alright, so no, and then tai, so it's Japanese stem to express desire. And then I've got my notes of my case particles, ga, no, I think it's o, I forgot, but I think that's o, the third one. So ga, no, o, ni, he, well I recognize it as as he, but obviously in this context it's e, which is quite interesting. There must be a reason why that modifies like that. To, de, kara, and yori, yeah, I got it right, yori. I keep getting that mixed up with to, I don't know why. It looks like a T in English, I think that's why. Anyway, so I'm gonna type yes to proceed. Okay, I understand this, so I'm going to write continue. Understand this note. So as you can see, I'm just breezing through this, reading my notes, and doing a few recall examples. Dake translates to only, limit. Dake functions as a noun, type, and I should type continue to proceed. So continue, and I come to the end of my deck. So now I'm going to do a little bit of recall, and I'm going to round off this walkthrough for DENKi, this flashcard based application, which you can use for also note taking. Okay, so let's do some recall. This should be a little bit fun. I want to focus on the case markers because that's what I've been studying as of late. So if I can find definition, I can get the definitions of each case marker. So what are the case markers again? So we can just have them up here on this side such that I can just highlight the definitions on the screen from the table on the left hand side, if I can. So if I got ga, okay, so I'm gonna make some notes on this one. So oops. Where am I? So ga, apparently ga is an identifier, a conjunction, as in like the word but, and ga should not be confused with the particle. I don't know if that's ha or wa. It's a bit hard to. It's ha. Okay, cool. So we shouldn't get ha and ga mixed up. Okay, so how can I make a flashcard from that? let's see, maybe I could do something like filling a blank for a sentence. So I'll just use these example sentences to make life a bit easier for me. And I will just fill it out at runtime of the session. So I'll make it super easy. Let's see if I can use this special character. Like this. Let's see if I can save that. I haven't done the side B. Oh, I didn't save. Okay, I messed that up. Let me do that one more time. I think because I didn't have a side B, I didn't actually do that properly. So ga, just type that there. And I'll say complete the sentence. Yeah, sweetness. But I did make a mistake here in that we need the answer, not just continue, because this is not a note, this is a recall. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to delete my card, and I'm going to write that again, and I'm going to write the correct answer on side B, not continue, because we're not looking for the word continue, we are looking for the correct answer. So I'm going to delete that bit. And the correct answer in this case, I'm not going to make it case sensitive per se, I'm going to just do it all in lowercase. So the cat ate the cat food. I'm going to save that. So we have it over here. I'm going to go back. And I'm going to open my deck. Not type. And I understand this note, so I'm going to hit yes. Continue. Continue. Okay, so now, let's hope I get this right. I'm going to try not to cheat, so I'm going to put this away for now. So I need to complete the sentence. And this is all in Ramaji, so I already forgot. I know Ghazi is, but there's 2 spaces, so I'm going to quickly cheat and look. Hold on. I can find it. Oh, of course, so Neko got. I don't know why, I just like went blank over there. So obviously identifying the cat as the topic, and then you have got, which in this case is the particle in question, and then I'm going to just complete the sentence I just listed there. And I got it wrong, probably because I didn't put the full stop. I messed up. So this is one thing. I might need some validation with the application, because sometimes you might miss a comma, you might miss a full stop, and I don't want it to hinder the flashcard for marking the person, a user who's using the application as correct. I can make a slight mistake with just, because you have to be like exactly correct with the spelling and the dots and the parts and the punctuation. So I got that wrong, probably because I missed out, like, I think the full stop or something like that. I'm going to go back and check. So if I'm going to cheat, I'm not going to, don't even want to cheat. I'm just going to go back. I still have to write everything out at the end of the day. Alright. Yes. Continue. Got that wrong. yeah, I'm still continuing because obviously I'm in the same session, which actually leads me to think about I can have like a score feature such that you can keep scores. Again, something to think about for maybe my next session. I can do like a live coding session if that's something you guys want to see. Make sure I spell continue correctly this time. So neko as in cat, ga, s or tab there, that, full stop. And that's it, correct, well done. I'll do one more. So I've got a nice little deck over here, as you can see. I quite like what I'm seeing here. I'll do one more just to round this up. So inuga ski. So that's, I think this means I like dogs. Yeah, as I can see here in English. So just to test myself. But obviously, I don't know what noun I might need to guess, which is why I seized up in the previous cards. So I'm gonna do like inu, because obviously I can't just guess the noun. I'm guessing the particle. So this makes more sense. Inu ga ski. Over here, and I'm gonna go back. Continue again. And then this is, see, I didn't know what the noun is, because how can you guess? This could be a cup, this can be a parrot, I don't know. So that was my fault in how I structured my note there. So, but I know it's neko, I know it's a cat, so neko ga esa o tabeta. There we go, and then inu ga ski. And that's, oh, I got that wrong. What did I do wrong? I probably misspelled that. I am going to be stubborn and I'm going to go back and check that. I got that wrong. I've got a full stop, I think. I have to slow down a little bit. Correct, got it right. Yeah, I just want to double check that. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna wrap up the stream. It was really just a demonstration of this application and how you can use it in a couple creative ways. I also want to show you that if you cross out the application, you can load it again, and the information should still persist from your previous session, as you can see over here. And you can jump back in and continue. Bit of a bug here, I'm not starting from the beginning. That's something I'm going to have to address in the quality of life update, I'm not going to lie. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, okay, I understand. So it is a quality of life bug. I'll need a quality of life fix. So it's very fascinating, because this this control orders things alphabetically, as you can see, B, B, D, G, I, P, W, and then this, obviously this kana, this hiragana. But when you create your cards, it's not necessarily that you're going to create your cards alphabetically ordered. So that's why I got thrown off there. But this control automatically alphabetically orders your cards, which I kind of like. So maybe I can make it such that I refresh the control to make the alphabetical order off the bat, because I was thrown off just now. So let's just try it like this quickly and see what happens. It's good because now I'm not relying on like hard-coded muscle memory to answer these questions. So I think this was continue though, but in this case I had to prompt myself to write continue, otherwise I might get my answer wrong. See if I can get to the end of this. And I'll wrap up the stream. forgot the full stop. Type yes to proceed. Type. And let's go to the end. So guys, thanks for tuning into this very light, kind of a different stream. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found this stream somewhat informative or maybe the stream entertaining. And definitely check out DENKi. And do keep up to date with the updates with DENKi for subsequent features and subsequent versions. Thanks very much guys, and I bid you all a great day. My name is Wills and I'm signing off. Bye bye.